Hi class, this is Jill Mack, and today's training is going to be on using calendars, Google Calendars, and using Google Calendars in your Google website. Students know if they have any questions, they can give me a call at 802-254-8628, or they can email me at Jill, J-I-L, at jillmack.com. So let's go to my Google website. So I just created a new Google website called Jill Mack's Computer Applications, and I created a new page called Calendar. What I want to do is I want to insert on this page a calendar. So we scroll down till we get to Calendar. Now I have all of these different calendars under my user ID, so I'm just going to go in and grab this calendar, and it says one selected down at the bottom. And I'm just going to insert it. And I'm going to size it so that I can see it. And I'm going to change it. So I'm going to go into the little gear here. And I want to change it from being agenda to being month, just because it's a little bit easier to see this information, because we're going to go over permissions. But it says, do you want to show the calendar title, date, navigation buttons, time zones, selection, any of that? And I'm going to leave it as that, but I'm going to change it to the month mode, and I'm going to say done. So here on this page is my calendar. Now, if I want to change my calendar settings, I have to go into calendar itself. So I'm going to add another tab, and I'm going to go in and I'm going to bring up my calendar. Now I want to see these side by side, so I'm just going to drag this out. And I'm going to make it a little bit smaller, not too much smaller. Okay, so here's my calendar, and this is what the calendar has on it. This is what the web page displays. But if I want to make these events private, or suppose today's the 8th, so I'm just going to say at noon, I'm going to create a video. So I'm going to save that event, and now this is an event, which is different than something that happens all day. So when I do that and I look at my page and I publish it, and I'm going to publish it so that on the left is what I'm working on, but now it's published, and I refresh it, now it shows me that I have an event called Create a Video. But suppose I don't want this to be public. Suppose I want this to be more private and maybe just say busy. For that, you have to go into your calendar. And suppose you didn't know how to do it. You could always go and get the search. And if I'm searching for something, I want to make my calendar private. So I can look for those, and changing the learning landscape. That's not what I want to do. Make my calendar, maybe I should say public. But what, so I'm in the calendar. Make my calendar private. Change the event privacy settings. How do I change the default visibility? So let's look at this one. And let's look at the answers. It says more. Okay, so here's how to change your event settings. So you go into calendar, you open the event and default visibility. So that is it if you want to do a particular thing. So here I'm going to go into my calendar, I'm going to open the event and click visibility. So I'll get out of that. Oops, I have to check which event. So I go into that event. I want to edit the event. I want to go into invite others, see a guest list. Default visibility is right here. And I can make this public or I can make this private. And so I'm going to save this. Now when I look at it, because I'm logged in as me, I see it. When I go to my calendar and I refresh it, because I'm logged in as me, I see it. I want to get a link to this, so I'm just going to copy the link. And now I'm going to open a different browser. So I'll open Internet Explorer and I'll put the web address in. Now I'm not logged in as Jill in Google on Internet Explorer, so I'm going to go to this and all I see is busy. So instead of seeing the event, I just see that the event is busy. I haven't made the calendar private. I've only made that particular event private, which I'm telling it to show busy. Now I'm in this event, and when I cursor over the event, I get these 3 dots. So when I go into there, I select Settings and Sharing. And when I go into Settings and Sharing, I've made this public so I can see all the events. But if all I want to see is see only free busy and hide the details, now when I look on this calendar, and I don't have to click save or anything, just as soon as I do it, it's fine. I'm going to refresh this page. And once I refresh the page on my calendar, because I have told it it's public, but I only want them to see the free or busy events, then that particular event. So anything like birthdays and different things that happen over the whole course of a day, they aren't going to show, but the individuals are going to show. So you have a choice on every single calendar that's yours, how you want that calendar to be. The access permissions, to make it public, share with specific people. Now when I want to share with specific people, I can choose see all the details, see only the free or busy, or can they make changes to it? So you have all of the options. So now I'm going to go back, and this is my calendar. Now I'm going to create another page, and I'm going to create a page by going plus, and I'm going to call this multiple calendars. So I have a new page that's multiple calendars. I'm going to insert, and I want to go down again to calendar, and I want to insert the Jill Mack calendar. And that inserts 1. But now I'm just going to delete it because I just wanted to show you that. I'm going to delete it. Now I'm going to go back and I'm going to insert calendars, but I'm going to insert one. And then I want to grab the holiday calendar. So holidays in the United States, now I've inserted 2. If I wanted to insert maybe holidays in Ireland, I've got 3 calendars. If I wanted to select another calendar, I can select 4 calendars and I can insert those. I don't want it to be on agenda, so I'm going to change my parameters, and I want it to be monthly. It's just a little bit easier to see events. And I'm going to make this calendar bigger so that it fits on my page and I can see the whole thing. So now I'm going to publish this page. Now let's look and see what I see. So here's my web page. And now I'm going to refresh it. And notice how this one doesn't have this new multiple calendars. So I'm going to reload it. Oops, did I publish it? Oh, no. Notice how currently published isn't published. So I'm going to click published. Now I have the multiple calendars. Now when I come back and look at the website, I can refresh my screen. And now I see this multiple calendars because I have published it. When I look at the multiple calendars, I'm going to make this page a little bit bigger. And I'm going to look at the multiple calendars, and I'm going to go into September because August doesn't have any busy days. Now I see this Labor Day. But because I've made my calendar private, I don't see any of the birthdays or different events. So if I want to change that, remember you have to go into your calendar. And in calendar, when you cursor over the calendar, you want to click the 3 dots. You want to go into settings and sharing. And now I'm going to come and I'm going to make this calendar public. Oh, it's public, but here I want it to see all the events rather than just those hourly events and not daily events. And now when I don't need to do any updates or what do I want to say? Or publish, because I still have all of these calendars. There's nothing to republish in my website because my website just goes and reads my personal calendar. But what I do have to do is I have to refresh the page. So now it shows all the different birthdays and events. It still shows this as busy. So I hope that helps you. And if you have any questions, just give me a call. Oh, and there's my phone now.